Okay, so welcome to watching this playtest of a game called Expeditioners. These three unfortunate souls are going to play dwarves in the underground, trying
Hello.
to survive using made-up mechanics for gaming and stuff. Uses purely D6 dice. 6-sided dice. That's fun. Accessibility and such. And so, well, let's just introduce the characters. Starting with Andreas.
I'm playing Asparagus Silverhands, but it would be better to call him just Gus unless you want to be set on fire. And yeah, as you might guess, I'm playing the Dwarven wizard who is studying ancient lore and hopes to find some arcane secrets in that deep underground.
And Lesley.
I am playing ID Shadowfoot. She is a Dwarven burglar, and she is trying to get away with pretty much anything. Nice and easy.
Yeah, okay. And Shiraz.
I am playing Vishala Sir, who you can come up with a nickname for him later. He specializes in healing people, but he has a little dark past, and he knows a lot about poisons and a lot about plants, and he's just hoping to find something that can better his name in the clan. Something to do with medicine.
Excellent. The Expeditioners is actually a guild for the dwarves. Expedition, well, as the name suggests, they go on expeditions for the dwarven communities. This could be pretty much anything. Finding treasure in forgotten cities, or just finding forgotten cities to find treasure in later, or also finding people who are dwarves who have gotten lost in the underground, or finding a new source of water or food, or new passage between point A and point B.
So, do they give us like a mission brief and kind of stuff
Yes.
like that? Okay.
And that is where we are going to start. You are currently going to meet the master of the house where you are, the guild's house, in your city. Have a name for the city somewhere. It's somewhere, because I didn't write it at the same spot as everything else. Cramphall. The city of Cramphall.
For a moment there, I thought you were actually just swearing. I can't find it. Crapple.
I thought you said Grandpa, and I was like, that's a great name.
Yeah. Sorry.
Grandpa is the king of Craphole.
Yeah, King Crampa of Cramphall. Yeah, it's more like cramped hall. And you are currently meeting Master Throg of the Expeditioners in Cramp Hall. Master Throg has been an expeditioner for, well, longer than any of you remember, and has been one of the few dwarves who have gone on an expedition above ground. So, well, yeah, dwarves know that it exists. Most expeditions take place in the upper layers of the underground, where most of the Dwarven cities are. There are some that go to the lower layers of the underground, but they are very few, and very few of them, even fewer, return. So Master Throg has gone to an expedition above ground, but has never gone to the lower layers. That's just a little thing. However, he has a mission briefing for you. So, yes, the road, the main road between Cramp Hall and Stone Reach has suffered a cave-in, and unfortunately there's no clear way to just move around it. So what your mission is to find a new road and secure it between Cramp Hall and Stone Reach.
Okay.
That is pretty much your mission, if you choose to accept it. Yeah, it's only rhetorical. You don't actually have a choice.
Yeah. So, which direction is Stone Reach? Do I know this, or like, is it kind of common knowledge at Crample?
Yeah, it's Stone Reach and Cramp Hall. These Stone Reach is the closest city to Cramp Hall. It still takes maybe it's still, by taking the main road, it still takes almost a week to get there on foot. And you are going to travel pretty much uncharted areas.
Okay.
So hopefully you are going to find a road that is shorter or more secure, safer,
Do we
and
know?
not caved in.
Do we know of any old tunnels or mines facing the direction to
There
this
are
other
some.
city?
There are some caves, but we don't know if how many of the caves have suffered a cave-in as well.
Okay.
So some of them might be usable, serviceable. Some of them may not be.
And since we all have maps of, I'm assuming, the area,
You
who,
don't have a detailed map.
yeah, just a rough
Just
map.
the main passages.
Who maintains these roads? Like, I mean, are they maintained? Like, does someone go around lighting torches on them?
The expeditioners do.
Okay.
So we'll be doing that as we go.
So, how you do this is simple. You just find a way from Cramp Hall to Stone Reach, and then you have to get back to essentially make sure that it is secure, and that you
Okay.
haven't just, for some reason, just however managed to find a way and lose it again.
Question. Purely player question. Do they pay us for this? Like, what's the...
Yeah,
what's
you
the
get
payment?
paid, but it's mostly the expeditioners who get paid. The guild pretty much keeps you fed and sheltered if you want to, but you also get a little bit of money.
Well,
And take care of any rations and things like that we need
Yes,
while we're going?
they take care of all your gear and rations and so on.
So, like, I'm assuming there's some kind of quartermaster who does that. We have to go find that shares.
Yeah. The
So,
quartermaster.
shall we roll for shares then?
For those of you who are watching, how this works is that general equipment is just handled with shares in the inventory. So each share could represent pretty much anything from food to material for repairs or so on. And how this works is that at the start of every mission, the players roll a d6 and add that number to the city's prosperity. This prosperity can range from 0 to 4. And depending on how the mission goes, the prosperity can go up or down.
Oh, that's cool.
So for example, in your case, if you fail to find a road to Stone Reach, the prosperity of Cramp Hall and possibly also Stone Reach can drop. Because they just can't get merchants between the two places.
No, fair enough. Alright.
So, since the cave-in, the prosperity of Cramp Hall has dropped a little bit, so you are only adding 2 shares to whatever you roll.
Okay. So, I'll go first. Let's see what we get. A 6.
Yes, very good.
Yes. I managed to swipe a few things while the quartermaster is.
Let's see. Also a 6.
I got a 4.
Okay, that's good. So you have plenty of stuff to work with. After you roll for your shares, you can share them around.
I will give one to the. Sorry, what's the thief's name?
Iody.
Iody. I will give one to Iody.
Let's see. Iody, Gus, and Visha. V.
V for Visha.
So, since Vicious gave one to Idiocy, should I give one to Idiocy too?
Idiocy? It's not her name.
Well, your new nicknames, Idiocy and Vicious.
Alright. You just wait.
Yeah, I give you
Well,
one share too.
It's okay. We're just talking to
That's
Gush.
Gosh, yeah. Gusher.
Okay.
So that would give me. Are you giving her one?
Yeah.
I'm-
So we have equal shares, I think.
Yeah.
So how many should it be to make sure? Just want to make sure it's right.
I have 7.
I have 7 now too.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean,
Thank you. Go.
And Idiocy has 8.
yeah, but she might need them more.
Well, she can always
We'll
give us shares back. They're like a
Yeah,
pool.
we can share them around. Call her Idiocy one more time, and she might not.
Unless she's skimming shares off the top.
True.
No one said that I'm good at names.
Well, you're. No, I have nothing.
So, what can we roll to get
Finally!
more information about this place? Do I tell you what I do, or is there like for example, would I know as somebody who has learned botany what grows near this town and what was near Stonereach?
It's very likely that you know these things. Well, you probably know what grows close to Dwarven communities or civilizations in general, and what dwarves generally grow themselves.
Mostly potatoes.
I would like to go to a library and go through some old maps and scrolls to see if my idea of some usable mines, if they are still existent, if how probable they are to use
Okay.
or to begin with, because we still need a starting point.
Okay. Okay. You can make a mind roll, and you have studies, so you get
Yes.
+1, so you have one more extra die.
I will assist as well.
Does my specialty in ancient lore help?
No, not really.
And how about this? One thing I want to ask is strength of each ability attribute.
Okay,
When
so
do
what
they
is your,
come into play?
what
Intelligence.
you have intelligence. You can apply that, so you get another
Okay.
die. So you
Okay.
get 1 die for studies, 1 die for your strength, and
3 for my mind.
yeah,
Right?
And I'm assisting, so one
And-
more.
and the assistance.
One more, okay.
Yeah. So in this system, any die that shows 5 or 6 counts as a strike, and I set a mark or difficulty, and if you roll enough, as many strikes as the mark, you get a hit, which basically means that you hit the mark.
So I already rolled, but
Already rolled.
what was your mark?
I have. What did you roll?
For strikes.
Yeah, I was not even thinking that high, so. Yeah,
These
you
are my
find.
Shadowrun dice.
Yay, team labor.
Yay! You spend most of what would count as a day in the library and going through old books, old tomes and scrolls, and you manage to find a map that shows an old road that used to lead to Stonereach.
Do we know why they don't use the old road anymore?
Pretty much why they don't use the old road or the new road.
The old road.
The old
Yes.
road.
Pretty much for the same reason as they don't use the new road. There was a cave-in. However, there are other passages, although slightly smaller, that you should be able to get through. So the main reason why they didn't just do that to begin with is that, well, for one, they're not sure if it leads around the cave-in, and they found a new road that pretty much it's just wider and easier to use.
Then we should start there and should also look out if we can widen that opening so that it's more feasible if the tunnel leads to Iron Shield.
How would we go about removing the rubble if that was a possibility? Like explosives or hard labor?
I can move stuff with my mind.
Oh,
yeah,
Hard
you
labor
just-
never hurt anyone.
Well, you could. The reason why they haven't yet is because of the risk of another cave-in.
I see.
I guess we need to assess the situation first.
Well,
I agree.
yeah.
So do we go for the new road first and then see how bad it is?
I would go directly to the old road because we already know that
Yeah.
the new road is bad.
Okay, let's go to
And, you know, we're tasked with finding a different way, so yeah.
Also, yeah, you can also, it keeps you from spending all your food on the way
Yes.
for nothing.
Allons-y.
Allons-y.
Okay. Because you spent time finding a map, I'm going to speed up your travel until the first hindrance. So what I've done for this playtest is essentially I prepared 3 challenges, and then I'm going to roll at random to see which challenge you happen upon first and second and third.
So a hindrance is like a challenge.
Well, in this case, yeah. Or maybe not. It's
Or maybe not.
maybe not. No, they're not always that much of a hindrance. I'm not gonna tell you everything. Shut it.
We're doing it for the viewers out there.
Okay. So in this case, you can forego. What I was going to do was have one of you roll, make a mind roll with a survival skill. But since you already found a map, you can forego that roll. And Andreas, you can make a 1d3 roll.
Okay. 1.
1. So it takes you 1 day to reach the... Well, you get to the cave-in of the old road, and then you find a passage that goes, according to the map, should go around it. And it takes you 1 day until... Oh, I forgot which was which. Okay.
Do we? One question: do we lose 1 share because of the day?
Yes.
Okay.
You for the viewers, every day they lose 1 share as in the form of food and water. So the longer the trip takes, the more share is going to get used up.
Unless we can find stuff to supplement it.
Yeah, you can.
Origin.
You can then. Spend some time to scavenge around and see if you find more shares.
Can we scavenge at any time, or is there like a specific time in the day?
You can scavenge at any time, but it takes time to scavenge.
Okay.
It would possibly set you back 1 day, I am not sure. Depends on how well you scavenge.
Okay. So it could result in a net loss.
Yeah, it could. On the other hand, if you would spend time scavenging around, I would have all of you roll to scavenge.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be scavenging as we're walking. Well, you know, keeping an eye out for things as we're walking. Would that work?
It would still slow you down by 1 day. Assuming the traveling mechanics that I'm using is essentially you are traveling as fast as you can. So if you are spending time looking around, it still slows you down by about 1 day.
Okay.
you do find yourself at a bit of a hindrance as you find a ledge and a gorge. And you see the ledge pretty much goes with the cave wall a little bit, but in both directions pretty much just stops. So you have the option of crossing the gorge by whatever means you can think of, and well, yeah, so crossing, it's not that far. You could possibly jump over.
And the question is, of course not now, but with time, could there be built a sturdy bridge for the future crossings?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you could build a bridge. You just don't have the material with you.
I'm just thinking of the feasibility of the road we are taking. So, do we have any stalactites over the across the gorge?
No, it's just it looks pretty. It looks pretty deep. You might look down and think you could probably climb down and climb back up on the other side.
How far across is the gorge?
It's only about about 5 or 6 feet.
Okay, so we could probably jump there.
And
Is there is there somewhere on the other side that we could tie a rope to at all? Is there anything that we can see that we could tie something to?
Yeah, I would say that you can.
I'm just thinking.
I have an idea. If we could find a big rock or something like that, something we could stand or sit on, safety, I could magneto us over the gorge.
And since it's like a fairly small gorge, could we would it be super dangerous to collapse like a broken stalactite onto it just as a temporary bridge?
That was what I was thinking, but there are none.
Or at least not
but I
big
mean,
enough.
I don't mind doing the run and jump.
Okay.
Look up that spell.
Take the rope across so that there's something to hold on to for you guys if you want to jump. But if you want to magneto it,
if you jump, we would tie a rope on the one side. You jump over it, so we could try to have at least a bit of help.
Yeah, I've got bronze, so I will hold on to the rope tied around
then
my waist.
I am going to run and jump, I guess.
Okay.
So that's 2 body.
Dramatic music.
And
I've got athletics.
athletics, okay. Do you have strength in your body?
No. Don't be silly. I'm just hoping for the best here. Not bad. 2, a 6, a 5, and a 1.
6, a 5, and okay. Yeah, you should
Get to the edge and scrabble.
Okay, I would say I didn't actually have a solid idea for jumping rules, I'll admit.
I am.
but
I did, and 2 strikes is actually not enough to cross over. So,
what do I have to
wait,
roll
wait.
to hold on to it?
Wait, so in this game there's a failure does not necessarily mean that you don't succeed.
Yeah.
So there's, for example, one of the standard ways of succeeding with a failed roll is that instead of failing the action, you lose a share.
Oh, sorry guys. Dropped something.
So, for example, in this case, if you want to lose a share, you would cross over just barely and drop one of your shares down the gorge.
Yeah, something just fell off my bag. God,
Yeah.
son of a bitch. That's fine. That's okay. I'm clear, but hold on to your stuff. Just hold on to your things. And I will find somewhere to tie up my half of the rope, but still keep an eye on it. Hold on to it as well for whoever's coming over next.
Okay.
Unless they want to just use their magnetos and fireflies.
I will also try and tie the rope somewhere on my side, so we have something to hang on to.
Okay. For this, I'm not gonna make you roll that a thing. However, Andreas, your telekinesis spell, by the way, is not limited to just objects.
Okay. Good to know.
So you can magneto yourself.
Yeah, but then I asked, there's a fly spell too. That's why I was
Oh, right.
thinking that.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to write down this and do.
No, there's
uh,
not a fly spell. Sorry, got confused with
Okay.
systems. There's not a fly spell.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm gonna have to rework telekinesis so that you can't actually use it on yourself to fly,
Yeah.
because that would be too simple.
Why not? There is no fly spell, and I can
Why
say
would
that
you want to fly? You're in a cave.
cross gorges.
Batman.
You
Well,
could
fine.
hover.
I hover over the gorge with the
It saves
telekinesis.
walking.
Okay, do I have to make a spell roll?
Yes, you actually do have to make a spell roll.
Okay, is that again with intelligence?
Yes. You also have a specialty in the spell that you have, so you still
Yeah.
get the 1 die for it.
And I have the mage staff that also gives me +1 die.
Yes. However, the mark is 3, so you need 3 strikes. You did not.
I fall down in the gorge.
You choose to you choose to fall down the gorge rather
Yeah,
than drop a share.
Yeah, because I use my feather rune.
Oh, you have a feather rune. That's nice.
Yeah.
But however, once it is used, it is destroyed.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
A little help down here.
I untie the rope on one side and try to climb down. I don't have anything in athletics. I have a specialty in brawn. I don't know if that helps.
I would say that it does.
Okay, so that's 3 body and 1 brawn. No special skills in athletics.
Are you using the rope?
Yes, I am using the rope.
That could count as an equipment, so that gives you a +1 as well.
Damn
Okay,
it.
so that's
I used the rope. I'm kidding.
5 dice then, yes. 3 for the body,
Yep.
1 for brawn.
Yep.
And what's the mark?
To climb down?
Yeah.
It's fairly low. Let's say 2. Need 2
Okay.
strikes.
Falling is
I
free.
got a 5 and a 5, so
That's 2.
that's 2.
You hit the mark. Congratulations.
Yay!
Yay!
I rappel down. I'm like,
Right.
hold on to your britches, and
Okay, you get down. Where
what do I see at the bottom? I mean, I'm
bottom,
assuming
rocks, stalagmites,
nothing of worth.
sharp edges.
Okay. How badly hurt is our friend here?
Not at all, since he used the feather rune.
Okay. So I offer to
It
let
just-
him go first.
It just takes him a while longer to get down.
Hmm.
Look at me, I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh, you know
Well,
what happens next.
It's
Yes.
it's still too soon.
So
It's been
I-
years
It
since
will
I saw
always
that
be
it's-
too soon.
It's still too soon.
It will always be too soon.
I offer to let Gus go up first, and I assist him by pushing.
Not the arse.
But you're whining.
So what do I have to roll to get up again?
That's a body roll with athletics. The mark is 2 to get up.
And he's assisting me, right?
He is assisting you. He has to make the roll as well.
Oh, I have to make the roll as well.
You are
I
climbing
mean,
up
I
as
can.
well.
I was gonna say I can assist from above by helping pull on the rope.
Yes.
So he has to roll first to see if I get the extra die for assist.
And I'm assuming I can use my brawn
Yeah.
again.
Yes. Yes.
So that's 4 dice. I will roll first to push.
Still
Plus.
using a rope. Still
Yeah,
using...
but I'm not using it, right? I'm just like pushing it.
Oh, you're just pushing it.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay,
like
you,
at the
giving.
bottom.
okay, so you...
Yeah, he's-
okay, if you're just pushing him now, you don't have to make a roll, you just have to... He just has to climb up, and then you make
Okay.
a roll to climb up as well.
Okay. And I get the extra die because
You get
Like
1
what?
die for the
With-
rope,
for the
and
rope?
one die for the assist.
okay. Nope.
Nope.
Like, how many did you get?
1.
Well, you
I'm
know
like-
you can partially succeed by losing a share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Going with having a break or want to do
Yeah.
this?
I let down my. I let fall down my favorite cask of ale so that I'm not that heavy to climb up.
Well,
Does
you-
it hit
you-
me? It
you-
hits me.
It hits the ground and shatters, and the ale is spilled.
Oh god, what a waste.
I let out a cry of despair and anguish.
Has anyone got a straw?
Wait, I shall lick it off the ground.
Exactly.
Salty.
Why is the ground salty? Oh my god.
We're in the salt,
You don't know what rocks there
we're in the
are.
salt village. That's why.
I've got so many
that's
questions
why-
right now.
And
That's why you fell
stalagmites
down.
are salty.
And it is Visha's turn to go up the rope.
Okay, so 1 dice for the equipment.
1
Three
die for the equipment, 1 die for strength and brawn, and
Yes. And 3 die for my body.
3 die for your body, and also 1 extra
Sounds
die, 1 extra because someone is pulling you up.
Oh, okay.
Trying to pull you up.
Well,
Try.
there are 2 of you now.
That's true.
Together we dwarf.
Together we dwarf.
Okay, so I'm going to. I've only had a 6, and the rest of them are not hits. So I'm going to re-roll 1 because I have that one extra, and it's not. So I also lose my precious canteen of dwarven ale, and
Another cask is dropped in the gorge, and it
and I
shatters.
and I say, curse this gorge and everything that is in it. Curse it.
Yeah, do you think it's worth it? I mean, that ale.
And thus begins the
Like it
lake of
wasn't
the ale.
the gorge of cursed ale. Something.
This This forever will be known as Lost Ale Gorge.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. We should mark it on the map as something.
Yeah.
I mark everything on our map.
So you pretty much lost 3 casks of ale.
Yep, we
You
have
could
no
say.
cask of ale left.
Which, like, is something to write home. It's like, just...
Dear mom and
Um,
dad, out of
slightly-
ale, please send more.
Slightly ready to give up this mission. What have we got to live for?
Come on, we can do it. We can do it.
There's
We just
more-
need to find the road. There'll be more ale in Storm Reach. Stone
Oh,
Reach.
yeah. There better be
Stone
this
Reach.
stage.
Yep. Very good. You managed to cross the gorge. Hooray!
It was only like 5 feet across.
5 or 6.
Some of
Oh,
us
yeah.
can make it.
I was thinking 1.5 meters.
Which is about the height of us anyway, let's be real.
Yeah, and you're also carrying a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to remind me. I'm gonna have to do drawings of this. Like backpacks the size of them. Like
Yes.
twice
We
the
have
size
still
of them.
our
Like,
our hands.
Still have your hams.
yeah.
So-
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay, carrying on.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Into the ground we go. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
I grumble as the super cheer.
Yeah. Okay, so by now you should all be, I think, down 2 shares each.
Yes.
2?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Starting off nicely.
I'm already feel like a Wheaton.
So not in a bad shape, but still there. Like
Okay.
it's getting there.
So who is leading? Because now the map is pretty much just doesn't go any further, really.
So I'll lead and
Okay, so you can make a mind roll with survival.
I don't have survival, but I do have mind. Does intelligence help or
No.
no?
Awareness would.
I've got a really good awareness.
Oh,
And you
are
should have
you?
survival
You
too,
seem
right?
like an aware dwarf. I will.
I do
cede-
not have survival.
I will cede to the more aware dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we have a rogue in the party, we should let the rogue sneak ahead.
I can do investigating, sneaking, and I've got awareness.
Yep.
So 4 for body, 4 for mind, and 1 awareness.
Yes.
That's a 1 pass. Out of the 5, I got 1. That makes good.
Okay. That would be a fail.
Sure would be. Do I want to give up another?
You for
No.
this roll, there you can't really give up a share.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work out. Yeah.
So you get to make another roll for how long it takes until you get to the another challenge, which is a 2d3.
Actually, I'll do it this way.
In case anyone of you is thinking why 2d3 and not 1d6, it's because the lowest result is still 2.
Alright, I actually have a D3 hiding over here.
Of course you do.
Oh no,
Charity.
it's. I do, but it's in the big urn and I'm never going to find it in there. Dang it. So I'm going to do on
Yep.
here.
An urn of dice.
Yeah, I actually do. I got. Oh, do you want 2?
2d3.
I got a 2 and a 1.
2 and a 1. So it takes you 3 days. Of
Oh.
Shit. Does that mean 3 shares are gone?
It means 3 shares are gone each.
We should
Okay.
start looking for some new stuff.
I'm running out of sandwiches, so
Yeah, I don't
I'm
mind.
running out of
starting to-
mushrooms.
can I
Investigate?
use my skills in intelligence and botany to find something edible, fungus or anything like that?
You can, but at this time, you do reach what looks like a camp in a little bit further.
Nice. Is it long been used? That camp?
Nope, it's currently in use.
It's currently in use.
Yeah, you can hear some gibberish or gobbledygook being spoken,
Gobbledygook, like goblins.
like goblins.
Can
Oh,
I pop my cloak up, my hood up, and disappear into the shadows? And
Sure.
sneak. I'd like
I
to
like-
sneak on ahead and check to see what's going on.
I like the smell of burning goblins in the morning. It smells like
I want
victory.
to.
I ready my
I'd like
axe.
to go on ahead and see how many there are, what the situation is, and come back and report to the others. See what's
Okay,
going on.
Okay. For this, I'm gonna have you make. Oh, and we lost Andreas. Oh, I lost Andreas's.
No, I've lost
Damage.
Andreas.
I think
Huh?
so.
Yeah, your image is. Oh,
Fuck.
there we
Ah.
go. There it
There
is.
you-
There's
It's
your
back.
pretty face. Uh,
What? Ooh.
The internet gods took you for a bit.
yeah.
I've got nerve, if that would be applicable here.
Yes. Let's say that it. I was going to think. I was thinking actually mind and
Okay.
awareness
Yep, no, I can do
with
that. It's
stealth,
much better.
since you're taking a look ahead.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3.
While she's doing that, one hand I
Awareness.
have a throwing axe and one hand I have an axe.
Stealth. Because I am hiding in the shadows, do I get my dark cloak +1?
Yes.
And because I am sneaking up, do I get my muffled boots +1?
Yes.
Cool. And because I've got sneaking and stealth, do I get one there as well?
No.
You get
Oh wait. Sorry. You have specialty in stealth
Yeah.
for sneaking. Yes, you do get that.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
Oh.
dice. Just to spy on some goblins.
Mm.
Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 passes.
Okay.
wow.
Yep.
You,
You are you can pretty much get right up to them without them noticing. They seem to be squabbling over some meat. And they do have some stuff with them. The meat in question looks like it's of some sort of animal. They are.
How many are there?
There are 3 goblins.
Three.
However, when you have gotten this close, you do see why they happen to have the stuff that they have, which is a troll chained to the rock.
Change to the rock. And it looks fairly secure?
Yes, with outside their own reach. So essentially, the troll is tied up far enough from the goblins so that it can't reach them while they sleep.
So
Seems to be
I
the idea.
sneak. I'll sneak back to the party and let them know what's going on. So there's a troll, but he's far enough away from the camp that he won't be attacked at the goblin camp area. They're arguing over meat at the moment, and there's 3 of them. We've got
So-
some other stuff there as well.
Either we take out the goblins and hope that the troll doesn't free himself, or we free the troll and wait the troll to take out the goblins and hope that he doesn't take the stuff.
goblins are squishier than trolls.
Yeah, and we could always ask the troll to come with us as a, we could use him. We could
You speak
befriend
tro-
the troll.
You speak troll?
I don't, but I'm sure through our actions alone, we could befriend him.
It
Sometimes
is
he
a
just need a hug.
possibility. Does he look hurt?
Well, you didn't see.
I didn't look.
If he's hurt, maybe we can heal him. in return.
What sort of time is it at the moment? Do we know?
You have no idea. I have. There's really no way of telling time underground. So
I'm just thinking, in terms of how close to bedtime for the goblins it would be. Okay. Because we could wait till they go to sleep and attack them, but that could be hours from now. They could have just woken up.
I think we should just kill them now.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
also it is preferred so that we can try out the combat system.
Of course.
A little
Okay.
voice in my head is telling me that we should attack the goblins now.
It's a metagaming mushroom.
I
Give me mushroom.
put my hand on
Is it-
Gus's shoulder and I say, brother, don't listen to the voices.
Put it in your head.
The voice is telling you to attack, just to see what
Okay.
happens.
You know, some people want to watch the world burn. I'm one of them. I
I'm
attack
gonna-
the goblins.
I'm gonna sneak up again.
I will throw my axe at the one that no one's attacked.
Can I
I'm-
sneak up before you guys throw things?
Nope, too late. I'm
Do that.
already setting a goblin on fire.
Hold on,
Huh?
don't we have to roll initiative?
Oh, you do. By all means do.
How do we roll
How
initiative?
to? Yeah.
It is... Let's see.
I forgot.
You roll 2d6, I remember that much,
Oh yeah, it adds the highest trait to the
and
total.
adds the highest trait. Yeah. The highest trait because body for physical reaction, mind for awareness, and heart for the courage to act in the face of danger.
I have 12.
2d6. Ooh.
13.
16.
Wow.
Thank you, High Mind.
Sorry, what did you roll?
13.
16.
One at a time, please. Andreas first.
13.
13. Leslie?
16.
16.
Mhm.
And a 12.
And 12. Okay, so it is... So- It is Iodi's turn first, Gus's turn second, Vishar's turn is third, and then goblins.
Take them out and also 1,000.
I would like to.
I also rolled initiative for the troll,
Oh no.
just in case.
I know, but like also, oh no.
And
They've got a
roll-
cave troll.
Mhm. Mhm. Can I sneak back up and just stab one in the back of the neck with my dagger?
Yes, because you rolled so high earlier. Yeah, I'm not gonna have you roll and make another stealth roll.
Question.
Okay.
Oscar. Sorry.
Right.
Like, is there like something like an action economy? Like, is there like something like a move and an action? What do you get per turn?
An action.
Just an action. And can
Yeah.
it be like a combined action, like I move and hit kind
Yep,
of stuff?
Yep,
Or-
sure.
Okay.
Movement is very fluid in this game, or
Okay.
abstract, to be
Okay.
Beautiful.
precise.
So
first-
I want to attack with my dagger.
Yeah, okay.
So what do I make a body roll? So
Make a
2 for body,
roll.
and then you do that with
Do you have?
weapon.
Yeah.
I have a dagger.
Do you have the weapons skill?
No.
No? Okay. Then your weapon counts as your equipment for the
Cool.
bonus 1 die.
So I have 3, and I rolled 1 pass.
Okay. That is a miss. However, you are technically sneaking and stealthing and hitting without them noticing, so I'll give that a pass.
Cool.
So you hit the mark.
Cool.
As I'm just picking one of them as
Yeah.
having 1 pain.
Whatever one is closest to the shadows where I'm hiding.
Okay. And that means it's Gus's turn.
Is one of those goblins near the fire?
Yes. They're all sitting around the fire.
So, to ignite, I have to spend a share, but is it possible to use my arcane energies to bend that fire to
No.
set? Okay, then I just set one of the goblins
Nice
on
try,
fire.
but no. Okay, so you have to succeed on a roll. Still need to make a spell roll.
Mhm. 2 successes.
You need 3 to succeed on a spell.
Ooh.
It's difficult. However, you can spend another share to succeed.
How many
Yeah.
shares do you have?
1 left after now.
So you're spending 1.
1 additional share spent.
One of the goblin suddenly catches fire. No, just it's not like his hand is slowly burning from the campfire. He just entirely whoosh,
Like full on
On flame.
immolation.
on flame, spontaneous combustion. It seems.
Is it dead? Or
No, it's just burning. It suffers 1 damage every turn
Okay.
until death.
If you teach to build a goblin on fire, you warm him for a day. If you set a goblin on fire, you warm him for the rest of his life.
Which is true.
The best kind of true. It's technically true.
It's well, it's yeah. Okay. Shiraz.
I would just like
It's
to.
Vicious turn.
Yeah, I would just like to run up as far as I can and throw my throwing axe at one of them.
Okay.
One that isn't burning and isn't stabbed.
Is not in the process of being stabbed and is not currently burning. Okay.
Yes.
There is
So-
one such goblin.
There is one such goblin, and my axe has his name on it, metaphorically speaking. So I have brawn, although I don't think it helped me with a thrown axe. Would it?
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes. Okay, so
This is the best kind of yes.
that's 4 dice there, and then I also have skills in weapons, and I also have training in axes. You can see that I was
So you prepared for this.
I have prepared for this eventuality. So I have 1, 2, 6 dice already?
Yes.
Does the axe itself count as a dice?
Yes.
It's an equipment,
It's an
right?
equipment, so
Yep.
yes.
So it's 7 dice. I only have 5, so I will roll what I have and then add others. So that's 1 success, and then I will shoot.
How many did you get?
I just got 1 out of the 5, so I have 2 more dice to,
Oh, okay.
and I got so 2 success.
2 successes.
Sorry, 3 successes. I have a 6.
3 successes.
Yes.
Awesome. And see you see the axe fly through the air, just woof, 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 and hits the goblin in the back of his head and cleaves it in two.
Cleaves in twain.
So as I throw the axe, I yell in Dwarven, "Fuck you, goblin!" And
You get the one goblin that speaks to him.
I'm perpetrating my hatred of goblin.
Yes. So in Dwarven it would probably sound something like Rittudir Drisil.
Okay, I shout that. I'm not gonna give it a sentence, but I shout. It's like
Yeah, I just wanted to
It's
say.
very poorly translated, but still it works.
Just wanted to say, just use Icelandic. That's Dwarvish.
Yeah, but we don't actually translate that phrase.
so. If you were to not theoretically say of goblin, but you would tell them to go to hell or something.
Farðu til fjallans.
Okay, that's good enough.
That sounds really cool. Sorry, get him.
Icelandic sounds cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
More on translating stuff later. So now it's their turn. The troll is still tied up, and although he reacts, or it reacts, it can't really break free from the chain.
Does it move away or
It moves towards you.
towards us?
So the goblin who got stabbed grabs a blade and attacks you in turn. And
This is not good.
it's
RIP ID.
You have armor?
Just
what you have
light
medium-
armor.
Light armor.
2.
1 point.
It's light
Light armor is 1 point.
2 points.
No,
It's
light
2.
armor is 2 points. Medium armor is 3 points.
armor. No, light
Yes.
armor is 2 points.
Mhm.
So it strikes you with 3 strikes. So it actually it gets 2 hits.
Shit.
So you mark off 2 pain slots.
Ouch.
You
And
weren't like
just
that.
for the possible viewers, a dwarf only has 3 pain slots. If they suffer, if they suffer more than 3, they die.
Crunchy.
Also, when the second slot is ticked off, the dwarf suffers a +1 increase to all marks that they roll against.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not fun.
I'm sure glad I picked a healer.
The other one is on fire. So, so they are going to
Scream.
scream in, shriek in pain, and try to roll around in the dirt to roll. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. They're too panicked to actually think of rolling around to douse the flame or anything. So, yeah, and it is Iora's turn.
Iori.
Iori, Iora.
Yeah.
Yoda?
Yeah.
Yoda. I like
Iori.
You
Yoda.
got your clothes
Iori.
up, it's hard to
Iori.
see.
It's
I
Iori's.
am
Iori's turn.
taking
Iori's turn.
my dagger and I'm going for the side of the neck of this
Okay.
goblin that attacked me, the bastard.
Okay, so the mark to hit the goblin is normally 2,
Now 3.
now 3.
Cool. Am I still hiding in
No,
the shadow?
no.
So I've only got 3 to attack. Dagger and 2 body. That's only 2.
That's only 2. You miss.
The pain is too much.
The pain, the pain.
It's the black lung.
Um,
It's a blood lung. Blood lung.
Yeah.
so now it is Gus's turn, and at the start of his turn, the goblin that he set on fire is just on the ground.
Crispy.
Is crisping.
Crisping, holy shit.
It's beyond saving, but it's still shrieking like hell.
Okay.
I'm worried about the troll. So, lovely game master. Nice, beautiful, intelligent, great game master.
This is not in the mechanics.
Can I lift the rock he is chained to with telekinesis into the air and crush him beneath the rock?
Wow. It's like...
Okay, see, probably not.
Okay, then.
So you essentially, with telekinesis, you move things around with mind instead of body. And
So,
the
it's
troll is not
too heavy.
moving. Well, the stone's still too heavy for your mind to
Okay.
lift it.
Okay, then I want to throw that goblin who attacked IID against the troll
Okay,
Yeah.
with telekinesis.
you can do that. Just make a mind roll.
My normal spell roll, right?
Yeah, well, normal spell roll. Yeah. Do a normal spell roll
How does
to
the
see
spell
if
roll work?
the spell roll is mind and the arcana skill.
And intelligence, and the
Intelligence.
speciality, and the staff. Also, so
And you
6.
always have to like hit a 3.
Yes, there is a situation where you don't need that much. For example, if you have runes of alliance, these roll to affect allies with spells is only Mark 2.
Okay.
Okay, and I just hit the mark.
You just hit the mark. Okay. In that case, you can still. Okay, so if you are trying to hit the troll with the goblin, make a mind roll with
Intelligence or not?
intelligence. Yeah, sure you can do that. However, I don't think there's an appropriate skill for this. So just
Like improvised weaponry or something like that?
maybe senses to actually aim correctly?
Or you can use Arcana. You can use the
Okay.
Arcana skill, but you don't have any specialty. With...
Yeah.
Oh wait, you actually do have the telekinesis specialty, so...
Another die. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, so you hit the troll with the goblin, however it's a weak throw. So the troll is unaffected by it. However,
It wasn't about the troll, it was about the
it was not
goblin.
about the troll. As I was about to say, the troll is very happy with the new playmate and picks up the goblin and slams it into the ground, and then into the wall, and then into the ground again several more times, and crushes the goblin.
Pretty.
Yes. Yeah.
I run over to IRD and try and see like if I can help in healing her a little bit.
Before he does that, I'll give him my healing rune.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you have the healing
well,
room.
So rune I can just use like automatically. Right?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
need-
automatically one, if you
Yes.
use it, automatically one recovery.
Okay, so
It's always
I
good
put
to
the
have.
rune on her and then draw the rune.
The healer also has I
Paste.
think healing paste prepared.
Yes.
So that pretty much does the same thing as a healing rune.
Okay.
And that difficulty is in making a healing paste and making a healing rune.
Okay. So for now, I will apply the paste, then put the rune on top of it, and work them both at the same time.
Okay, so
Staunch the bleeding.
While they are doing that, I loot the camp place, because I'm in desperate need of shares.
Mhm.
yes. Okay, so
I'm gonna mark myself down.
IRD can untick 2 paint slots.
2 pain slots, nice.
1 for the paste, 1 for the healing room.
And
Thank you.
How do I make more paste?
Well, making paste is... Where was making paste? I think it was in... It's here somewhere.
Yeah, it's in. It's
Here.
in.
No, I'm actually on the page that it is in. Well, you can heal another dwarf outside combat, which takes 3 hours. You can make a mind roll against a mark equal to the number of pain slots ticked.
Okay.
Next part, if someone has prepared a healing potion or healing paste, those can also be applied. Creating a healing potion is a mind roll, or paste, it's the same thing, against a mark of 1, but it takes 3 hours.
If I get more marks, does that mean I do it faster?
No, if you get more hits, it does not make it faster. It takes time. It also requires 1 share to make.
So if I
That's the
create,
ingredients.
if I create like a healing paste instead of a healing potion, do I still use brew to do it?
Well, I would allow it with medicine. Actually, I'm gonna change. I think I'll change that.
Okay. I will. Can we stay here for a bit so I can replenish whatever healing paste I have used? Like it is a camp.
I
Well,
think
it's
we should take care of the troll before we do camp here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, there's a
I-
troll next to it. So,
Yeah.
Is the troll responding in any way?
well, it just got fed, so It's calmed down a bit, but it's it's as calm as it was when you arrived before it noticed
Okay.
noticed you. So even though it is calm, it is not a guarantee that it won't attack.
Iody, be careful.
What do I find? How many shares? Is there a research roll?
There, I actually had an idea of how to calculate this, but I can't remember where it was. It was
Is it like however many things there were there plus shares or something like that?
It has to do with the threat of the situation and the number of creatures.
I think it might be in survival or something. No?
It probably is in survival.
You can loot and
right,
harvest.
Roll one. Wow, that's actually a lot. The GM decides on how many shares are found or makes a roll to randomly determine how many shares are gathered. Roll one die and add the number of adversaries, or add a bonus for truly challenging adversaries. So you get 3 automatically, plus 1. Sorry, I'm gonna count the trolls. So you get 5 total shares.
Okay.
So is everyone okay when I take 3 and each of you get 1 share? Because
Yeah,
I
I'm.
need a share for my ignite spell, that's why.
Yep, I'm cool with that.
I need to burn things. I need to burn
Yeah,
things.
I need to keep things warm and shiny.
So, what are we gonna do about the troll?
I mean, we could leave it here.
We should be making the road we are mapping secure, and a chained troll is not a secure road.
Also true.
I mean, we can make it secure on the way back.
I go to a safe distance to the troll.
Uh-oh.
As soon as I see him walking, I also go to a safe
I
distance.
Yeah, and I
say
mount into the
safe
shadows.
distance. Can you understand us?
It looks at you with whatever deformed face it has.
Not sure if that would be yes or no.
You can make a mind roll if you have. Do you have survival skill? No.
Me? Survival?
Yeah.
No.
So make a. But you do have strength and intelligence. So you can make
Yep.
intelligence.
Four successes.
As far as you know, there has never been any dwarf capable of training or communicating with a troll.
Yet.
Yet.
You also know that as of yet, there's never been a friendly encounter with a troll.
Definitely hiding in the shadows.
So, it clearly doesn't understand Dwarven. So I'm just gonna say to Gus, you want me to kill it?
No, he's a possible ally. I'm just figuring out if I go to the hiccup style.
What's that?
Well, he had a goblin.
That was Goblin.
Oh, hey, I take the other corpse of the goblin after we
One
have
of them
died.
is crispy and nicely cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take the nicely cooked one. I find a stick that I can hoist it on.
Goblin kebab.
Yeah. And I make sure the stick is firmly lodged in this crispy goblin. And I offer it to the troll by extending the stick from as far away as possible.
It moves its face closer to the goblin and takes a big whiff.
Like that, don't you, big guy?
Moves away.
I think he likes them fresh.
Okay, so I
Well, not
take the
necessarily
other end.
fresh, but
I
raw.
I take the other end of the stick, which is not crispy goblin infested. Wipe one off and stuff it in in the other goblin that's more appealing, and provide that same thing.
Visha can make a heart and survival.
I do not have heart or survival.
Well, you do have heart. Everyone has heart.
Well, I have a very small heart. Does the goblin count as equipment?
I mean,
Well, yes. Technically,
Not wrong.
yes.
Yes. Okay. This is gonna turn out really shitty. If he pulls it, I am like dead. Oh my god, that's 2 successes.
Okay.
I hope that's enough.
Well, no.
Wishful thinking.
But yeah, it grabs the goblin
Okay.
and starts tearing into it and eating it.
How does the chain look? Is this just tied together or a lock or?
It's tied to the
Awesome.
rock.
I whisper to Vishal's
Mm-hmm.
be on your guard, and I circling around the troll to the place where the chain is tied together.
I have my hand on my axe.
in the shadows, I have got my hand on my dagger.
And I untie the chain.
Oh shit.
First,
Why?
make a body roll with stealth.
Why? I didn't say that I sneak around.
Oh, in that case, it will notice you and
Oh,
Give
yeah.
me a
just
chance.
might
Take it,
attack.
take it, take it.
I said I circling around in a safe distance.
You still
He'll
have
still
to
be
get.
watching.
You're still going to the
Okay.
point where the chain is tied to the rock,
Okay,
He
that's
can
fair.
definitely get
and
there.
he's still. It's just tied to one point in the rock. He can still
Okay.
get to that point.
Okay, that's fair.
The goblin still counts as equipment because he's eating it.
Yes. Do you want to make a stealth attempt to stealth around the troll?
I mean, I have 2 dice, so I can try.
You get the equipment.
3 dice.
Okay, 3 dice. I try.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I assist by speaking to the troll while he's doing
You
that?
technically are assisting with
The
feeding
goblin.
it a goblin.
And
Okay.
only 1 success. So I'm dead.
It notices you and it will strike at you.
Holy
Getting
shit.
too close.
Was nice knowing you guys.
Good lord.
Do you have armor?
Light armor.
I don't think a mage.
Of course I'm a dwarf, of course I wear armor.
That might as well just
With
be
a
your
raised
pajamas.
fist. Remember that. Well, just to point this out, a troll's fist is larger than a dwarven head,
Oh my god.
and it just smashed the wall next to you.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh.
I
As a
rolled
response,
one strike.
as a response, I just attack.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
same.
So that's again 7 dice
It's
for the axe.
it's actually Iota's turn.
Yeah, of course. He's
Yoda?
done first.
Yoda's turn. Now she's in the shadows. Can she pop out and stab him in the Achilles heel? That fucking hurts.
You can jump and stab it in the heel if you want. But,
Yes, please.
Okay.
But
But
what was the but?
But you do not get any bonus for staying in the shadows first.
Dang it. Okay. So body and weapon. Ooh, wow, that's 3 ones. So
So you have okay. There's no such mechanic yet, but I do have an idea for like a fumble mechanic that if you roll only once. However, still none.
So
no
that's
su-
fine.
no-
If you
no-
if you've got an
no-
idea.
It's a good idea, but I have no idea how to implement it at the moment. So
It would be pretty rare to roll.
You could
the
like maybe
more
lose
di-
the weapon.
The more dice you have, the rarer, the more
Yeah.
less likely.
It could
The
be
less
something like
chances.
yeah, it could be something like you've lost your weapon, you know, it's underneath the
Or
person thing that
broken.
you're trying
Well,
to kill or
yeah.
broken or something like that.
I'm gonna give it a thought. I'm gonna think about it because you already can succeed by creating either a complication or losing a share.
Mhm.
So fumble would technically be just you fail and you suffer a complication and lose share. It's kind of
Yeah.
overdoing it. So
It's
might
alright.
not have that.
I can't do anything else then. I will sit right
You
behind the
just missed.
troll and be like,
You just
yeah,
missed.
But if I'm behind him and I miss, he might not have seen me yet. Just
Yay.
putting that out there in the hopes that you listen. Oh, great and wise dear.
How
And
hard are troll butt cheeks? Okay, yeah.
Very.
It's like just a
Trolls are naturally tough, and
Tough.
yeah.
Elephant butt.
okay. So now
Um,
can I hit it?
Well, technically, if we're still using the earlier initiative order, it's Gus's turn.
Oh yeah, Gus. Yes.
Fool me once, I'll set you on fire.
Fool me twice.
That's true.
More fire.
Yes. 6 successes.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
Yeah, okay. 6 strikes. Yeah, that definitely ignites it, and the troll spontaneously combusts. Hooray! Yeah, the troll is on fire.
Very.
The troll is on fire.
Look, guys, I don't want disadvantage.
Now it is Richard's turn.
How badly I mean, I know it's on fire. Like
It's on fire.
it's on.
It's on fire.
Okay. So can I attack it safely?
Well, you can attack it.
Okay, that means it's not safe.
Well,
I shall attack it.
you
Regardless.
can attack it. Okay.
So I am rough. 7 dice. So
7 dice. The mark to hit
Three.
a troll is 3.
I have managed to get 3.
Okay. Did you get just 3?
Just 3.
Just 3.
Just 3. I make a dent in it.
You made a dent. Congratulations. And that means it's the troll's turn.
Oh god.
And now we are dead.
And now all of you are within reach. So
I am. So I will shout at it. Over here, guy.
Well, and also you were the one who stabbed at it. One of them didn't. The others didn't hit, or they just spoke some words and something. Suddenly, it's in pain. A troll is not a smart troll, so it doesn't understand magic.
But I am a smart player. I know that's a lot of dice.
Yeah.
And what sort of armor do you have?
I have medium armor.
You have
3
medium armor.
points. Yeah, 3
So it smacks you across the face, and with a loud crack, you can tick off 2 of your pain slots.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. We're so
I'm
fast.
hurting bad.
And it is Ayori's turn.
For God's sake,
Did I
hit it.
Did I get it right this time? Did I get
You got it right.
Yay.
You got it right.
Ayori.
I
Ayori's turn.
am dagger hitting again. Ugh, 1 hit.
1 strike still misses.
Well, at least almost it didn't. Not.
So rogues need a little bit of a thingy
Yeah.
to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Or just low attackers in general.
So it just need to have more in body.
Yeah, well, you could.
I could have. But
Anyway, it is the spellcaster's turn.
And
Gus.
I cast Ignite again to completely engulf the troll in flames. I can cast it 2 times to increase the damage, according to the spell description.
Oh yeah, it's because I changed the spell. There it is. See if
Joking about more fire.
The spell description says partially on fire and completely on fire.
yeah, it's partially. I changed that. It was originally that you can set it entirely on fire. Just from start. Now it's just partially, and then entirely. With a second casting, you still need to actually cast it and spend the share.
That I already did, and now I
But
roll my dice.
he did roll like 6 successes on the last one, so isn't
Yeah.
completely on fire?
Well, that's actually a
Nice.
good idea.
Like it's one of those things where more successes means better, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna write them down.
Well, can I? So I already rolled 3 successes for the second time Ignite. That doesn't do anything then.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
I love this game. It's great.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so well, okay, so essentially, I am going to rule it that with your successes you can put it in set it entirely on fire. So with a second casting of the same spell, well, technically you can use this if you want. You can use the spell casting for another spell, or if you prefer, you can just kill it now.
I kill it now.
Yeah, okay. You with a second casting of the spell, the fire burns more intense, and
Suddenly there are blue flames.
suddenly there are blue flames. And Visha, Visha and Iori barely make it out of the way before the flames lick their feet.
Ooh.
The heat
Toasty.
is a lot to take in. However, you manage to. It's only for a brief moment, and the troll falls down, screaming in pain, and dies.
Not much left of it then.
No.
Probably
Good.
only the bones left.
I look at Gus and I say, remind me never to piss you off.
It burns for a few more minutes, and with the same intense blue flames.
Mhm.
The heat inside the small cave starts to get pretty unbearable.
We should move on. We can always.
I'm pretty hurt, so I'm gonna try and use a medicine thing after combat to heal myself.
Yep, that's
Mhm.
fine.
What is the thing? I consume a share and I.
Yeah, you consume a share as part of bandages and such.
And what do I roll to like kind? Or is it
You
just
make it's a mind medicine roll.
a mind medicine roll? Okay, I do have both of those. So, does intelligence go into this, or is it not counting?
Intelligence would, yes.
Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, and that's 4 successes then.
Yeah,
That's
that's
picked up.
plenty.
Okay. Can I take off? Can I take off both my pain slots then?
Yes, yes. Let's say that you can.
Okay, I've taken off a share as well. So what happens to armor? Does it like come back, or do we have to repair it, or?
No, you don't normally have to repair it. You can break it as part of a
It's like a hindrance.
complication,
Oh yeah, okay.
which would require repairing it with a share. Essentially,
Okay.
a complication is usually something that you can fix later on at the cost of a share later, and possibly a roll. Or
I would suggest maybe like kind of like listing this out like somewhere.
yeah, the file that we're using for this playtest is essentially just for playtesting purposes, so it doesn't
Cool.
have all the details.
All right. Okay.
So, trolls down, goblins dead. I think we should take a break, short break. Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
fine
Okay.
with
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
it? Okay, we're gonna take a break and be here shortly again.
Bye.
Okay, so back from break, or are we still on break? Do you want to swallow first, or finish eating? How's breakfast?
That's really good.
What is it?
Blueberry muffins.
Oh man.
I'm good. As long as you don't mind me eating.
Okay. Are you still leading the party?
Can I suggest that you lead us to a safe place where we might scavenge some stuff?
I can definitely try.
You can also just try and scavenge for stuff before.
Can we all
carry on.
scavenge for stuff?
You can all scavenge for stuff. How many shares do you currently have?
I have 2.
Or
4. And how many shares does Gus have?
2.
2. Okay.
I mean,
Let's scavenge first, and then we can see if like we need to share them around.
Exactly.
Okay. So to do this, you make a mind and survival. A mind roll with the survival skill and the awareness strength if you have it.
cool. If I've got investigating, can I investigate it? Or not really?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just checking.
0.
0.
I have.
3.
Hold on a second. Sorry about this. It's just 3. No, I have. Can you use intelligence? No, you can't. You awareness, right?
Yeah, awareness.
Nothing. 0.
0. Okay, so you waste a full day scavenging 3 shares.
3 shares, 1 for everybody.
1 for
So
everybody.
we are at ±1 because we all have to leave a share because 1 day, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we just gain it back.
So maybe can I get a share please from our shareholder?
Yeah, you can have one of my shares.
Thank you.
I'll keep it at 2 for now, but if I need it, I'll ask.
I've only got 3 now, so yeah.
What?
Beautiful.
Oh, Shiraz.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, Shiraz.
It's
It
just
just-
that the
the
new
imi- the
Skype
image-
is annoying. I
Yeah.
clicked something and it just went away.
Yeah,
The new
your
Skype
image
is
just,
horrible.
Your image just disappears and then reappears and
That was my problem twice already too.
Seriously check out appear.in as well. It's really good for random connections.
Oh, yeah?
And
keep
rather than
that in
Skype.
I'll keep that in mind.
We tried Discord already, yes, everybody.
Yeah.
Discord's pretty good. Like
It
for
works. Yeah. Yeah,
That's-
I like it.
yeah.
I thought that's what we were using.
Well, it depends. It just I wasn't sure everyone had it, so I just decided Skype since I know everyone has that. Unfortunately, Skype has issues.
Can.
Okay, so
So I'm going to carry on ahead of these guys a little bit.
okay,
Sneaking.
make another mind survival.
Oh, I recover my throwing axe from the goblin
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I assume that you can
Um,
retrieve weapons that you used.
I love them. They are my axes.
Can I add my sneak to it? My muffled boots of sneaking?
No,
Seeing as I'm trying to...
no, you're trying to find a path, not trying to
Okay.
sneak ahead.
I was trying to sneak ahead so that I wouldn't get just like walk into the group of people and be like, "Wow, surprise! Here I am." I was trying to sneak.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're trying to find a path.
Okay, so that would be 2 passes.
Yeah,
With my mind.
yeah, that succeeds. So
Cool.
make a 1d3 roll.
Oh god.
Come on, 1.
I'm just doing it on my little app thing here. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
No.
So it takes you 2 days.
And we lose
of
2
travel.
shares.
All of you lose 2 shares.
I have no shares in it.
I have
I've
one.
got one.
So, does that
So,
mean what happens when you run out
What
of
happens
shares?
next?
Well, it depends on what you find next.
Today, yeah.
Okay.
So
we'll be
you.
fine.
So, surprisingly enough, you come to another gorge. This one is considerably wider than the one that you were near earlier, several days ago. This one is closer to, let's say, 10 meters wide. So there's no way of jumping across. But if you follow it a little further in, you come to a bridge. And on your side of the bridge, someone has built a house out of cobblestones. Or just essentially just piled of rocks to form walls. And essentially the bridge leads from the other side of the gorge into the house.
So you have to go through the house?
You have to go through the house to
Oh shit.
get over the bridge. There's no light inside, however.
Okay.
That is a design flaw.
Not
Definitely not Dwarven make.
No.
depends what you why you made that design.
Hmm.
It could
Maybe
be.
it's a murder house.
I mean, it
could
could be a
gnome
gatehouse.
Do we like
It could
gnomes?
be just.
Do we like
Do we
gnomes?
like gnomes?
My God.
You're not sure, you've never met one.
Oh, okay.
But
You've
maybe
heard
Yet.
of one. You've heard
Yet.
of them, but
Okay.
you've never met them.
maybe it's a tall house.
It could be. Shall we go? Does the
So-
bridge look sturdy?
Well, yeah, it looks, from your point of view, it looks sturdy.
So my character is crabby as hell, so probably not the best one to talk to people. Who looks like
Oh,
the one
yeah.
who, like, who knows how to talk to people?
I look at the wizard, and I'm like, that one. I pull my hood up, so like hiding my half my face.
I slap Gus on the back and I'm like, on you go.
And when in doubt, set them on fire.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
it
but-
has worked so
but-
far.
But first, ask them if they have food.
Yeah, sure. I knock on the door.
There's no answer.
I try to open the door.
It is locked.
I was expecting that. Yudi, please.
I can certainly try. I have got lock picking skills.
Do you also have trap finding skills?
A trap finding skills. Don't
I
feel
go
really
into
no
a
traps
safe
here.
distance.
Can
It's just
I
that
look?
when I see a locked place, I don't want
Yeah,
anyone
can
breaking in.
I investigate the door and check for any traps or anything like that before
Yes.
I unpick the lock?
Yes, you can. You can make
Oh.
that's a mind roll with senses, specialty in investigating, and also your awareness strength.
I like you.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there appears to be no trap on the door.
Then I will go ahead and pick the lock with my lock picking tools and my picking lock stealthy thingy.
Right, let's see what I have for Yeah, that would actually be a body roll with stealth.
God, you're killing me. So body,
Body,
stealth, picking locks,
yes,
and
equipment.
lockpicks.
yes. What other strength do you have in your traits?
I've got nerve and awareness.
Ah, right. Okay.
2 passes.
2 passes. Yeah, that actually opens the door.
I'm just unlocking it.
Yeah, well, it unlocks the door.
Cool. I step back and I'm like,
Then I
Yeah,
come back
I'm
and
making
open
sure.
the door.
D&D like scares me from unlocking versus opening, so I've unlocked the door.
Like a terrible memory from your youth.
Yeah, exactly.
I opened the door once, it didn't go well.
I kicked in once the door, and I almost died because of that.
Yep. So I step back
Well,
behind Gus.
So I carefully and slowly open the door.
I have
the
my
door
hand up.
opens. It's dark inside. Not much else to say, really. It's dark inside.
just a-
doesn't appear to be anyone inside.
So, like,
Hello? Anyone there?
Hello?
Hello?
There is no reply.
Free pizza delivery.
Dwarf knows pizza. It's like,
Everyone knows pizza.
True.
No, I walk into the house.
Okay. It's still dark. There's still doesn't appear anyone to be inside.
Is there anything usable for us?
There are a couple of crates actually. The house is more like a hut really. It's just one big room with 2 entrances. One that you just entered through, and the other one from the bridge.
okay.
The one
While-
that enters from the bridge actually doesn't seem to have a door on it, so it's just an open way over the bridge.
Okay.
You actually see the door just on the floor that used to be there.
Does it look broken? Like,
Uh,
I think broken by damage or broken by wear and tear? Broken.
You can have a look at it with a
Okay,
mind
I will-
roll and
I will have to
senses.
look. Yeah, I'm not very good at sensing things, so I ask investigator IOD to help out.
Can definitely try.
Well,
Right, this-
you can help.
Well,
One
I'd
helps,
like-
the other investigates.
I'd like her. I'm gonna leave it to her. Instead, I want to do something else, which is try and see if I can find any mushrooms that are edible.
While this is happening, I check out the crates, what's in them.
Okay. You can all make a mind and senses roll.
Oh, good.
If you have
Intelligence or awareness?
awareness.
So I have like studies in botany and intelligence and
Sure,
mind.
you can make the roll with your study skill instead.
Okay.
With your botany specialty.
Okay.
The senses skill, can I add my investigation to it?
Yes.
I have a
And-
lot of force.
And does intelligence count in my roll? Because I'm using studies.
Oh no, you're looking for mushrooms.
Okay, so it is survival. Okay. So
No, it's your mind with awareness, if you have that.
uh-huh.
And you can use your study skill instead of senses.
But I can I also use my speciality, botany?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't roll over a 3 out of my 7 dice.
Okay.
This is going well.
Yep.
Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 rolls here.
3 strikes.
3 strikes.
Okay. Did anyone else roll a strike? Okay, so Iori sees a door on the floor. That's about it.
There's a door on the floor, you guys.
That's a door. Yep.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Nice looking door. Well, it used to be a nice looking door. It's not. It's less of a door.
Seen better
more.
days.
It's less of a door, more of a plank.
We should just keep pushing forward. There's
And-
nothing of interest in
And
this
the
house.
crates seem to be just, well, nothing useful. It's just, well, yeah, nothing useful.
Yeah.
Cloth maybe, but you can't really do much with it.
You could improvise torches with it.
We could.
Good.
Yeah.
So you
I
can,
have
Could-
general
you can
repair.
you can gather pretty much 1 share from this roll.
I think the share should go to Vicious.
No, like, is that because of my botany roll, or is that...
The botany roll, for that, you do find 2 shares
Hey.
of
Okay, then
something
I-
useful.
I'll keep my share.
Yes.
And
please.
you also find a mushroom of, well, let's
Is it
say-
poisonous?
Well, poisonous. It's yes, it is a bit poisonous, but it is very frequently used for recreational purposes.
Oh, I found drugs.
Shrooms.
I found drugs.
Found shrooms.
Can I
Oh.
just open up the door to see what's there? Just flick it open. Not
Well,
expecting
which
much.
door? The one on the floor, or one
floor.
that you just went?
This
Well,
is one
you
on the floor.
the one on the floor. Well, if you lift it up, there's nothing underneath it.
Perfect.
Boring. Shut it back down.
Let's continue.
Let's continue.
Okay. Well, none of you looked for traps inside the house.
I was looking outside, speaking of which.
Yeah.
With that great roll, I didn't think of that.
No, nobody search. No
Suddenly the
nobody
house
looked
explodes with all my friends in it.
Killed by a house. Wandered into a
Um,
lake.
So how to do this? You can, well, both of you make a body roll with the athletics skill.
Ooh.
Oh,
Everyone inside,
yay!
so not Visha.
Yay.
1, 2, and 3. That's what I rolled.
One strike.
1 strike. So yeah, as always, you can succeed with either complication or a loss of share.
Complication.
You can
Complication.
complication is good if you want to.
Okay, I
Reserve
succeed with the
shares.
I succeed with
As-
the complication.
Yeah, because I've only got 1 share
Yeah.
left, so
Yeah.
complication it is.
Okay, so part of
Now
the
it gets
house,
interesting.
the part of the house that you are in, you essentially, when you are going to cross over the bridge, you step onto a like some sort of a trigger. When you step on it, it falls down, and then keeps falling. It just keeps sliding down.
Oh shit.
And half the house or room that you're in starts sliding down the gorge.
Okay. When you say half the room starts sliding down the gorge, is it half the room that's on the bridge side?
Yes.
Shit.
So the bridge is destroyed.
The bridge is destroyed, and
No.
you also succeed with complications each.
God, thank God.
I thought the destruction of the bridge would be the
Nope, it's
complication.
part of the trap.
We're fine.
Ah,
It didn't go
Game
quite as
over,
well
man.
as.
Let's go home.
so what's the complication then?
I'm thinking.
We kill each other?
No, that would be too easy. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at your stuff. So yeah. Let's say Gus manages to grab a hold on the ledge and grabs hold onto Iori.
Okay.
However, part of the house falls on you, and you suffer. You can take off 1 pain slot each
Oh.
as
Bollocks.
falling rocks hit you
Ouch,
and
ouch, ouch,
onto
ouch.
hit you on the back and legs and arms.
Ouch. It really hurts.
I run to the front of the road. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? It's like,
Yeah, oops, my bad. Apparently there's a trap.
like I have like mushrooms in my hand. My hands are just full of mushrooms, and I'm just like, the fuck?
This is not a trip, man. This really happened.
I
Ah.
hope I bring them to safety.
Ouch. Fudging.
Yeah, so that happened. You managed to pull each other up, however, so you are not in any immediate danger.
How deep is the gorge?
It would... Well, falling down would probably have killed you. You can see that much.
So I
pretty-
don't see. Well,
It takes a while for the rumbling to stop.
I have another question about a spell.
Okay.
I have the mending spell.
Yes.
Can I repair the bridge with that?
No. You
It's
could, if you could reach it, you might. If you could pull it up together and
So
attach the parts.
I
you
have
could.
to touch the objects I want to repair with the...
I would say that. I would say so. Yes.
Okay. Worth
Okay.
a try.
I have an idea. Is there a partial bridge remaining, like any supports and buttresses or any something like that?
No, not on your side at least.
How far is it to the next? Like, how far is it from like our
Across?
side? Yeah,
10 meters.
like where there's something to tie it to. Tie a
you,
rope.
you could tie a rope to, well, what's remaining of the house.
And the
room.
bridge on the other side.
There are yeah, you could tie a rope to the other side as well, where the bridge was set up.
So I asked Gus how well he can use telekinesis. Can he use it on a rope? Can he float it across? Does it have bridge? That kind of stuff.
Yes.
Could you tie one end of the rope to the other side? Like we have 3 ropes, right?
I don't know, but we can make an improvised bridge with that. Yes, if the God of Gods will allow it.
So we have 3 ropes, and technically, like if we can tie
Yeah.
all of them securely, we would have somewhat of a bridge.
An improvised bridge. Yes.
Is that possible? God,
Yes.
are you listening?
This is funny because on my Skype, Oskar is actually above you now with a picture, and you just looked up.
I seem to have lost like Oscar. I can't hear. Yeah, oh yeah. God said
I would
yes.
say yes. Yes.
Okay, then I have to make probably 3 spell rolls for that, or just 1 for the
Well,
scene.
I would say 1.
I will tie the ropes on the other side. Does this count as assistance? No.
No. He has
For
enough.
successes.
He has enough dice to roll without
7.
assistance.
4 strikes.
4 strikes. Yeah, you managed to cast a spell, and you can. Yeah, you should be able to carry the ropes over to the other side and tie them to the other side. Should be fine.
Do I have to roll anything to make sure that the ropes are secure on this side?
You can make a, let's say, mind and survival. If you have, okay. One question:
No.
does anyone have survival?
I do have jury rig as a specialty
Oh.
in craft,
That's
and
true. You can make a craft roll instead.
yes.
So mind and craft.
And intelligence? No? Yes? Maybe?
Well, yeah, it's about knowing what sort of knots to tie. So yes, intelligence.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. Okay, okay. They should be good.
The mark is fairly simple. Essentially, if you roll a strike, it succeeds. Andreas, you can make the same roll for Gus to tie it on the other side.
That was craft and intelligence.
Yes, and yeah.
I got 3 successes, yeah.
1 strike.
Yep. 1 strike is enough to secure the ropes.
Okay.
So you should have improvised bridges now. A improvised bridge.
Okay, but we lose our ropes in the process, I guess.
Well, if you're gonna leave them
Yeah.
there, yes.
Because they're pretty securely tied on one side, and we can't bring them with us.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's no point, yeah.
So no more rope.
No more.
And it's
rope.
3 ropes gone too. That's gonna.
But on the
Suck.
other hand, we mark this on our map and make sure that's a big red mark says build a bridge here, please. No traps.
This time, no traps, please.
No traps, Steve. Stop with the shitting. Stop that shit.
Does it have like a rune on the side which like is Steve's handiwork? Like, it's like-
it says Steve was here.
Oh god. If I get
Fucking
Leave!
at least it's not Kevin.
Kevin was a troll.
Well, Kevin would never have managed to make a trap to begin with. He would have if Kevin would have made the trap, you would have arrived to half a house. The other half has already slid down.
Yeah, Kevin was always a bit premature.
Okay, so how many shares do you have left?
I have 2.
One. Okay.
One. Unless we've eaten it today while we're doing the bridge thing.
No, it doesn't take that long.
Okay, good.
You. I'll just say that this is the final stretch of the trip.
Oh, thank God.
So, let's say, Shiraz, can you make? Have I have all of you make 1d3 roll, or did Lesley make 2?
Lesley,
I've made
Okay.
2 so far.
Shiraz, you can make the last d3 roll for the last
Okay.
stretch of the trip.
Okay. So if I roll like a 2, does that mean I'm dragging the rest of them there?
Yep.
Pretty much. Oh, it's essentially if you have no more shares left, you suffer 1 pain for every day without shares.
I rolled a 2.
So
So
it takes you,
crossing off
I
that
do
is
survive.
story.
I do survive. I'm
oh,
lucky.
you all survive.
But-
Some survive better than
Hurt?
others.
You guys have like 2 pain now, don't you?
2
They-
pain, no inventory.
Pain.
They are also well, starving.
And
I
so
will
we-
give one of my shares to them. I know it's like over now. I'll give
Yeah,
my share.
yeah.
Civilization! Finally! A city!
Oh, by the way, the psychedelic mushrooms, do they count as a do they count as a share if I eat them?
Well, technically yes.
Okay. Then I
well,
give
yeah,
the psychedelic mushrooms to whoever I don't give the second share to.
Okay, good.
Like-
You suffer massive.
I'm like, these are really good. Try them.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't starve. You suffer massive hallucinations, and at the end of the effect of the drug, about several hours later, you suffer major headaches and mark off 1 pain.
Okay.
And then I'm at 2 pain.
Yeah.
2 pain just sounds like some kind of French rapper.
So yeah, you arrive at Stone Reach, and well, where you are greeted just pretty much the same way as you are always greeted after a mission, which is essentially, oh, welcome here. How was the trip? And you survived, I see.
Where's
I
Steve?
can't talk now.
Where's Steve? I want to find Steve.
We sent Steve on a mission down to the lower layer of the underground. Nobody wanted to have him around, so we sent him on a long trip.
That means he's built traps down there now.
Yep. Probably.
He's probably fallen in one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Damn,
Steve the Dwarf is now canon.
Steve the Dwarf.
If we could just recover somewhere for a bit and then we can discuss what we saw.
Yeah, you can recover for as long as you need before you go back.
Do we refresh like anything we lost as part of the trip?
Essentially, you are well. It takes you 3 days to untick a pain slot just by resting. So, and after however long you rest, you are giving fresh supplies before you head back.
Okay.
Just
And
thinking about it, remembering it. Like, did Throck give us a time? Did he give us a time limit?
No.
No,
No,
no.
good.
There's rarely a time limit. It's just succeed or everything else goes to shit.
Well, we did succeed, so that's
Well,
good.
yeah, you succeeded.
We just need to get back and tell them about it.
Yep. You just have to get back and make sure that the path you left behind is pretty much secure. Just
Yeah, so-
go over whatever the
Yeah.
things you did, and it takes shorter time to get back because you're not actually looking for the right path or anything.
Okay, so we do tell them about the bridge and the troll and
Another bridge.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the other, what was it? The gorge of fallen
Lost
the
Ale.
Lost Ale.
Lost
Lost
Ale
Ale.
Gorge.
So are
Lost
we
Ale
doing?
Gorge.
Do we re-roll for shares coming back then, or?
No, going back is just automatic, pretty much, for this playtest
Yeah.
at least.
So if we weren't playing a playtest and we had to go back and build the bridge ourselves, being
No.
industrious dwarf,
No,
Or we're
they-
tired.
would
you
we just
are-
tell someone to do it?
Expeditioners are supposed to find the way, then someone else takes over and makes the way.
The carvers.
So by the
Uh,
time we're
the
resting, they're building
mason-
stuff.
The Masons. Not the Freemasons.
Wow.
The employed Masons.
The costly masons.
The slave Masons.
I don't like that word slave. Let's use prisoners with jobs.
That's well. Why don't we just
Employed
use
prisoner
the,
Masons.
the permanently indentured masons?
Wow.
Well, you usually just talk about, call them Masons.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So while we
Masons
rest,
or-
I assume they go out and fix stuff.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, this has been the playtest pretty much.
Very
Yeah, we survived. Just.
So how?
No, that's it.
What did you think?
I think the rule system is easy and fast to learn, quick to learn,
Okay.
but it's also a lot of room of specialization in
Yeah.
there.
Needs.
Like I really had to think about what kind I want to specialize in as a mage with the spells and the skills. That's something I really like on RPGs, and I also like the shell system. It's easy to use. It gives a sense of threat and suspense in it, without burdening something with over complicated rules. And with a little bit of work, I really can see this becoming something like Honey Haste or Paranoia. A game optimized for one-shots when your typical group cannot all play on, and you need something to do differently.
I really like it. I mean, it's fast. That's what I really like about it. Like, it's all quick thinking and all quick doing. The one thing that I would probably make a note of is that, like, the alternate roles for things. Like, for example, like how many dice can I reuse this to do this, to do that. Sometimes those like take up a bit of time, like discussion wise. So maybe like already say that this or this plus this or this.
Okay,
plus
so
this.
less speculations, more fixed.
Yeah, so it's easier like for
Possibilities.
players to just go, I know what I can do and like what I can't, kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the shareholding thingy, because in most D&D games you don't bother with rations and things like that, so there isn't the threat of running out or needing to get more. Sure, we can do that in D&D, but no one ever does. So I quite like that. It makes it a bit more real. and then losing things as well. Like when you do fail, you can lose a share to succeed. That sort of stuff is quite harrowing as well.
Yeah.
Makes you a bit more careful, but also you want to carry on going. So you're like, you know what, I'll suffer that. Something when you do critically fail, like when you do all roll ones, would be fun as well. Though it's a disadvantage to the players, it sucks, but it would be fun to see happen.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and it was pretty easy once we got over that initial wording of specialties and stuff like that in character creation. It was pretty straightforward, and it's kind of a lot of fun to go, well, I want to be this type of thief, or I want to be this type of cleric, or whatever. It's quite a lot of fun too.
And one thing that Shiraz said with the prefixed things, I think you can circumvent that just with examples, because so you still keep the freedom for the players and the game master to adjust to certain actions of the players or challenges or situations, and not just go through the rules, see it isn't in the rules, it isn't a fixed thing, so you can't do that now. So maybe just by examples for each skill, what you can do with them.
Yeah, so I was building on that by saying, like, say it's a mind roll for something, it's definitely going to be mind, it can't be body or anything else. But the combination of skills you can use with mind to get the results can be different. Like studies, you can use studies, or you can use craft, or you can use survival. So that kind of also opens up the choices for players a little bit. Another thing, just playing as a healer, I like the idea of healing paste and creating like healing potions and all that stuff. But like, is it just design wise that only the mage can cast spells? Because like I would like
at first
the healer
it was,
to have.
I was also thinking that I should probably add some special abilities to all the other roles as well. So the healer would have a special ability as well, and
I mean, your current spell
maybe
system
not
is pretty nice.
probably not something as intricate as spells, but something that could be very useful.
The other things you can do is that the mage is a specialized spellcaster, something who focus on spellcasting, but everyone else could take the arcana skill and the speciality and arcana, so that they can learn a spell.
Yeah, so like maybe only one specialization for them, but like just like if you pick arcana, you can pick like one specialization and cast like a less likely to succeed spell, sort of.
Yeah, like
almost.
The healer can take the arcana skill and the specialization in the healing spell as that's one of his further stuff.
Yeah,
maybe. I'm gonna think about it.
Cool.
Well, the healing spell pretty much does the same thing as
paste.
Creating a healing paste.
Yeah, it's the 3R thing that like kind of just that's there for the mechanics, I understand.
Yeah, the thing as Lesley compared it to D&D, sometimes I think there are too many spellcasters in D&D spellcasting classes, and I really liked the spellcasting system works. It's not overpowered, it's balanced. And I really like that not everyone has had access to spells, so that magic is still something, like the word says, arcane, something not usual, not uncommon, not common.
I see that too.
Yep.
I really like combat, like how fast it resolved with just one action. I like that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when I play RPGs, it's always combat just slows down everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, just as a question for like, as like you're developing, just so if you were to like run these one shots, and how much combat versus how much emphasis would you give on like just exploring and like getting from point A to point B, and how much would it be?
I've not decided yet.
Okay.
Wouldn't that
It
depend
depends.
on
It
what
depends
kind
on.
of story you
Depends, yeah,
telling?
depends on
Like,
the
because for
stories,
example,
depends on the
combat
mission.
is a massive drain on resources when it comes down to it.
Mhm.
Like getting hit is pretty bad,
Yeah.
and so like it seems almost like avoiding combat or like trying to get to combat as quickly as possible is the best solution.
But also, the troll is pretty much was the biggest threat there. It had 6 dice to roll with, and it still missed Gus the first time. Only hit
That
once,
was
and
so
also you kind of killed it in 2 rounds.
Yeah. I also completely forgot that you can take the defend action.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Could have just taunted it for all it's worth.
Tire it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you all for playing. It was really fun. It was great to see how the game would experience. Well, how it would run.
Thank you for creating it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Twitter seems favourable. They're liking the look of the sheet, and they want to play based on the sheet alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. So you
Okay.
might have some more playtesters on Twitter.
Yay!
And I will most definitely be drawing little boobies of everything and tagging.
You're the best, Shiraz.
It's like, I have to like draw everyone's characters like a
Yeah.
compulsion.
There's a reason why I invited you to play.
Wow.
Hey, I got my payment in full with enjoyment here, so I don't mind.
Oh, okay,
Turning
that's
to-
it. I'm still.
Now we've also got backup characters, so if you need to do this again,
Yeah,
Yeah.
If we will do this again, or we will do this again. I'm going to work on this more, and I am going to require another playtest, so I may call on you again for that.
Perfect.
In that
maybe
case,
maybe
I
a
would
bigger team next time.
Yeah,
I don't know if that'd be fun.
More shares. You actually rolled really good on the initial shares, and
know.
it's very good that you did because you almost ran out.
yeah.
We played loose and fast. That's what we did.
Yeah, this
Yep.
game is actually pretty brutal.
We were
My
like,
next character's
oh,
name is actually easy
fuck
to pronounce as
tactics.
well.
That's
Yeah.
why it's called a game of Dwarven survival.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck tactics. We're just gonna just eat everything and kill everything.
Yep. I'm playing
Learn
a modernist game that relies on shares, or rations and things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, if we run out, we suffer exhaustion and things like that. And it reminded me of quite similar in that you suffer if you don't have food or
Yeah.
water. Ours is food and water, so you can survive on just water alone, but only for 2 days, and then you suffer.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm gonna die. It's great. Love it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That was a
Oh,
good way.
and-
That was a good thing to wake up to.
It would really help. It would really help me if you guys told me what your characters look like, so I can.
Okay, we'll do that later.
Yeah,
for
just
now,
in the chat. Just
yeah,
in the.
Yeah, for now we're just gonna end this session and say goodbye to the hopeful viewers, few of them.
Goodbye,
perhaps.
people.
Goodbye.
Both of them.
Goodbye.
Okay,
Just
bye.
remember. Be cool.
It was around the same time as Crazy Frog came out.
Oh
Holy shit.
Yep. So
Ooh.
that was every half an hour there'd be a new repeat of that
Beep,
song.
beep.
Oh, you mean Axel F?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Schnee Snappy. Ugh.
Ugh. I
My
remember
God.
Crazy Frog
Boy.
before it was Crazy Frog.
Mhm.
Wait,
Oh.
You're lying.
wait. You know Schnee Schna Schnappi?
Schnee Snappy, Snappy Snap. Yes, I do know Schnee Snappy.
I thought that was
Oh,
only a
was-
German
sounds-
thing
that
It
because
sounds
was
it's
so-
huge. It was
because
huge.
it's where in the TV show with the mouse
Yep.
originated from
Oh,
here.
that-
It was
Germany.
it
in our
sounds
top
so
20.
familiar for some
I'll
reason.
have to go look at this because
Yeah.
I don't.
Schnee Schna Schnappi, Schnappi das Krokodil, Schnee Schna Schnappi,
Yep.
Schnappi das Krokodil.
I see
That's
that.
the
Oh,
one.
That's
Snappy the Crocodile!
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that. I listened to it in German class. And I'm,
Oh my
I'm,
God.
I'm so glad that I've been recording this whole discussion of Snappy.
Publish that.
This is like the